Greg Zuerlein now. He'll handle the honors to get us started. And off we go to wrap up a busy weekend of football. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Their opening drive. They're led out by their 6-foot quarterback. You may have heard of him. From Purdue, it's Drew Brees.
And when you think of Drew Brees, you think of production and you think of competitiveness. That guy competes on every snap. Whether he's throwing it, moving around in the pocket, calling plays, you name it, he knows how to rally a team.
Calling officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Shotgun now for Brees. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The offensive starters now for the Broncos.
Obviously a tough test for this offense right out of the gate. Road game in game 1 of the new year. Conventional wisdom says, go slow, take care of the football. I think in this case, attack early and get the home team back on their heels.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Brees to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career.
I always love the opening game of the season, and for the players, always nice to get those firsts out of the way, isn't it? How about here? The first sack of the season. Not just in the first game, but in the opening drive. That's the way to get things kicked off.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running it with the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year a season ago, Saquon Barkley. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. His throw incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down. A look now at the Oakland offense.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them. Have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. That's something we saw over and over again in Barkley's rookie season. He had 91 catches last year, most ever by a rookie running back. Part of a fantastic rookie campaign that saw him go over 2,000 total yards. Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
Jaleel Adai's versatility is a big plus for him. He can match up against the tall receivers. He can match up against the short, quick receivers. He can cover inside. He can cover outside. And as an added bonus, he tackles well, too.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Saquon Barkley running right. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league that's told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away. So after the completion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Move. Mark 55. Mark 50. Go.
Trubisky will throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Now Trubisky to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carl Lawson with a little how do you do as he gets in there for the sack.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Ready. Yellow lady. Time to go right now.
They start with a give to counter, and he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. They get 8 yards back there. They could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. Breeze now to throw. This is Riddick on the screen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defense, this game moves on.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Throwing here, Trubisky. And there's the first NFL catch for N'Keal Harry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Carl Lawson, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Another try after the first down sack. Breeze. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. The field Position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
They go play action here on first down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Taking a shot for Samuel. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. The first carry down for Rex Burkhead. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
I apologize in advance. But the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll run with Barkley. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. We'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Saquon Barkley. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Completes it to Samuel. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 36. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. They go play action with Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. D. Ford. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. This is Barkley. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback, but when you're trying to throw Inside routes, and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So we have reached halftime here in the final game of opening weekend 2019. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Nick Foles, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they fall in that one to the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Kenny Golladay leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City. See what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were losers.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of effect. As we are back underway in the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Mitchell Trubisky on his way out, the subject of our players' spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him back? The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. N'Keal Harry, the rookie, his intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Well, unless there's a postseason meeting later in the year, this is most likely the final time that the Broncos and Raiders will play in Oakland. Of course, so much history between the two since their inaugural season in the AFL back in 1960. Broncos and Raiders, they've been locked together in the same division, facing off twice a season. And this rivalry also stands as the most common pairing for Monday night games like we have here, 18 times, the most of any two teams.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Now it's Trubisky, and he's got Fitzgerald. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Trubisky now 8 of 17 so far, under 50%. From the shotgun is Trubisky. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Deep that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Here's Trubisky to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on 2nd down.
Here we go. Here we go.
On the ground, it's Riddick. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10 is Counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll run here with Connor. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Going for, that's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval as a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with 2nd down coming up. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
Yeah, they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to bring up a 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Looking for more than... first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They'll run with Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They run on first down with Jackson, and he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Trubisky. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 15 yards on the play, first down. Defensively, they're okay with that. Short little route, tackle him inbounds. Okay.
All right, cliche alert. It's time for someone to make a play because they've got to have something bigger downfield. They can't just take what they give them. They've got to force it and make something big happen for them.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Able to stay in bounds, and the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage.
Well, it'd be real easy to say that they are firmly in control right now, but I'm looking at your face and I'm thinking I've got to be careful with that.
Well, it's a 2-score game. You're inside at 2 minutes. I think you can breathe relatively easily now.
Yeah, you can, but still, you got to stay vigilant. Can't give up anything cheap and easy. That could put you in some jeopardy.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Drew Brees in the offense. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just under 2 minutes to go. Their offense has struggled all night, and now they need to find 2 scores late to try to pull this thing out. Brees now on first down. This will be caught by Brown. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Looking to throw again on second down. Brees. This will be caught once again by Brown. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Here's Brees. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. On first down, Connor. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. Now the ball comes loose. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. To throw, it's Brees. And that will be incomplete. 15 seconds now to go. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, No flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now on fourth down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. They begin with a run by Barkley. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. He'll let this go for the end zone, and it's knocked away and incomplete. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders.